Hello, world, and welcome to the Fonz's office. Today, I am here with a pro MMA fighter by the name of Josh Mackenzie. He fights out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Josh Mackenzie, welcome to the Fonz's office.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing great, my friend. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man.
Awesome, awesome. You getting some sleep in there? You've got yourself a newborn baby in the house. You got a 3-year-old as well. What are you doing, my man? Are you getting some sleep?
Oh, yeah, my wife's really good for taking care of the baby at night. My 3-year-old sleeps like a rock, so I'm good for sleep. I'm working still, so I got to get sleep, right?
Excellent. That's perfect. You're managing to get the employment in. You're doing construction, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm self-employed. I work for myself.
Excellent. Are you framing? Or
Yeah.
you doing the whole damn kit and caboodle?
No, just frame the house.
Awesome.
Frame the
awesome.
house, and then I'm done.
What is your company name?
I work for a numbered company.
Okay.
But I build houses for Jamin Homes.
Awesome. That's really interesting, my man. That's super cool.
Yeah.
So you are now a 2-time father, right? This is your second child?
3, actually.
Third child. Wow,
Yeah.
man. That is absolutely amazing. Your most recent child is a newborn.
Yes. Yep.
So you've now gone through the process of your wife delivering a baby during this whole COVID-19 stage. Can you speak a little on how the difference between a baby being born now compared to a baby being born pre-COVID-19?
Well, there was a lot more measures in place, like having to wear masks and the hand sanitizer every time you walk through a door. And I mean, they're telling you that you have to wear a mask. Like the father that was in the room had to wear a mask 24/7.
Right.
And it's like, but as soon as the nurse leaves the room, you take the mask off. You can't wear that thing 24/7. Am I gonna sleep with it on? No.
Right. But they did allow you into the hospital for the birth of your child.
Yeah, I was right in the room.
That is awesome. There are a few people who weren't offered that luxury, so I'm really happy for you that you were able to be there and experience that.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've been in the operating room when the baby has come out, or have you been there for the other two as well?
Yeah, other ones as well. The last one, for my daughter, I had a broken collarbone while I was in the delivery room, though.
But, oh, man. That must have been a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, I just waited it out until the baby came out and then down to the ER to get taken care of.
Wow, so you actually were getting your shoulder worked on after the baby was born?
Yeah, I chilled with the baby for like 2 or 3 hours, and then I went downstairs to the ER and got a sling and some pain medicine to fix me up and good to go.
Unreal. So your new baby is a baby boy, am I correct?
Yeah.
What did you name him?
Maverick.
What an awesome name, man. Is there anything special behind choosing that name?
No, just a name me and my wife liked, and that's what we picked.
Nice. Hey, I kind of like the Maverick Mackenzie, right? It's got the family name. I like the double M, and that kind of sets him up for if he ever has a day where he wants to become a fighter, that there's going to be a cool middle nickname for him as well.
I'm sure the day will come.
And how about for yourself, my man? You are one of these fighters that doesn't have a announced nickname to you. You fight as Josh Mackenzie. Are you interested in a nickname at all? Have your coaches ever approached you with a potential nickname?
Nah, man. Nah, I'm just Josh. That's it. I don't need a nickname. I don't need a nickname.
No, man. Sometimes the best way to remember a person is by remembering their name and their name alone. And
yeah, exactly.
With your background, an amateur fighter with 5 victories on your AMI career, all 5 finishes. You started off your pro career with a pro victory with under the Rise Fighting Championship banner. You got the finish in your first pro fight against Bryce Dujon.
Yes.
Then you had your first experience with a loss, and that came as a pro. And not only that, 2 fights in a row, you found yourself on the bitter end of defeat. Would you like to speak at all in regards to those 2 fights and how that changed your mind mentally as a fighter, or if it did at all?
Well, the first loss to Joel, like, I just made a mistake, got all hot and heavy over submission, and then I wound up on my back and I paid for it. That's it. He beat me fair and square. He capitalized on a mistake, and that's that. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. He beat me, and whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, that happens. One of the 2 of you has to win the fight. And
exactly.
in the case of Mackenzie versus Zordorsky, I'm with you on that. That was a solid victory on his behalf. And
yeah, I feel I was beating him for the whole fight up until then. I was outstriking him the whole time, and then I just went for a submission and put too much energy into it and gassed myself out. My arms got heavy, and you seen it. I put my hands over my head, and it didn't help too much.
That was exactly how I saw it as well. He capitalized on that.
He's got that old man strength.
Yeah, you know what? He's got man strength, absolutely, and he's also that experience as well. He was a rather experienced fighter for you to take on in only your second pro fight. To me, that tells me that you're not in there for any easy fights. You wanna fight these tough, solid competitors.
There's no point in testing yourself against cans, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, I agree. Would you like to touch a little bit on your second loss in a row there?
I feel like that fight was stopped way too early. I don't know. I didn't take any damage whatsoever, but yeah, to Andrew's defense, he was on top and he was hitting me, and I guess I wasn't defending, but whatever. I'll get that rematch and we'll see how that fight goes next time.
That is somebody that you'd be interested in a rematch with, eh?
That's the only person I want to fight right now.
Is Andrew?
Once I get back to training, I'll work towards getting a rematch with him, but not until I'm ready to do it, and we'll work towards it and see how things pan out.
Absolutely. Hey, that's a smart way to go about it as well. You mentioned when you're ready. Does that mean that over this C19 stage that you're training, well, not just the C19 stage, but the COVID-19 and being there as a father for a newborn? I would imagine that those 2 things combined has thrown a little bit of a monkey wrench into your training regime. Would you like to speak a little bit on that?
Well, yeah, the gym just opened up like at the start of July, so I haven't been back because my baby was born on June 29th, so I haven't been back to the gym. But like at home, I've been hitting the heavy bag, and my daughter keeps me busy too. So I mean, I'm not in fight shape right now, but I'm not a slob right now either.
No, exactly. And you don't look like it. There's a little bit of difference between this guy over here and this guy right here. The COVID weight has not done me any favors, but you're looking fine. You are getting some training in. You train out of Hayabusa in Edmonton, Alberta? Yeah,
I'll be back next week, full training back next week.
Perfect. So now you've fought at 155, 165, and 175. I think
195.
Rise FC was 173, I think. At least
175.
It was 175. Okay. What weight do you feel most comfortable at now that you've had experience in all 3 of those weight classes?
Well, I feel good at all of them.
Are you willing to still fight at whatever weight class comes available with a fight for you?
Absolutely not. I will not fight at 155 ever again.
No, hey, that's, you know what? I respect that, and I'm glad that you're saying that. And that's
that'd be like me losing like 50 pounds right now. No fucking way.
Yeah, of course, right now that wouldn't be an acceptable weight to fight under, but we're talking like 6 months down the road, you're still not interested in 155.
No, 165, that's it. That's as low as I'm going.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's good to hear. Would you like to speak a little bit on that weight cut and how that affects you as a fighter when you're dropping that much weight?
I don't personally. I think it just made me more hungry. I wanted to fucking kill somebody more and punch somebody in the face. But I don't know. It does. It's weird. It fucks with your head. Like you're just dehydrating your body to a point where you're not very healthy, right? So
yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit different, but I mean, 165, I just feel fine. Like, as long as I have a good training camp, I can get down to 165 and I can eat a burger the week before my fight.
Right. We're starting to see the 165-pound division popping up in more and more promotions now as well. You don't have to fight at 170. The 165, some organizations are going the 165, 175 route. And yeah, in my opinion, I really like that.
I like 65. I feel best probably at that weight.
Excellent. That's great to hear. You came off of those 2 losses, and you went and you got yourself scheduled in for a fight against a very dangerous grappler by the name of Tyler Van Kill. He's known as Squid Vicious. Now that tells me that right out of the gate from those losses, you wanted to make sure that your next opponent was indeed a very good fighter for you to go up and face against. With him being a grappler and your 2 fights that you did lose in being losses to strikes, how did you see that fight panning out before the injury occurred and that fight fell apart?
I was going in there to rip his head off, man. Like, I knew how he's unbelievably flexible. I don't like some of the positions he can get himself into. I don't know how the hell he does it, but
he's super flexible.
My main goal was to stay away from those, stay away from his guard. He's super good off his back, and just pound him out was my goal. But obviously I got injured and that didn't happen.
Right. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That, if I'm not mistaken, was scheduled for the FLA Fight League Atlantic out there on the East Coast, which is just miles away from where you grew up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that card took place half an hour away from my hometown, actually.
Is that a promotion that you would still be interested in fighting for?
Oh, absolutely. I'll fight for any promotion if the fight's right and I'm accommodated right.
Excellent. That's wonderful to hear. With Fight League Atlantic being a fairly new organization, only having their inaugural card so far, I do believe there is talks of them trying to put together another fight card, and they're very active on social media with their podcasts and everything. I would love to see a fight for them.
Captain Man, he takes care of the athletes good. Like, from what I can see from the last event, he took real good care of the athletes. Kat and John are both top-notch dudes.
Yeah, man. Everyone that I've talked to that was on that fight card said that they were a top-notch organization, and especially for it being their first event, they handled things with class, and they did a really good job of putting on that inaugural card. Absolutely.
Yep, it was a good show for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So you've mentioned that you're open to fighting anywhere. Is that just nationwide, or are you willing to fight in the States as well?
I'll fight anywhere.
Anywhere. That's my man. That's what I like to hear, man. I have a question for you. There's a segment that I'm going to be starting up fairly soon here. It's going to be called Tattoo Talk. Do you have any tattoos on you? And if so, would you be willing to be a guest on my show, Tattoo Talk?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I have 3 tattoos.
Excellent. Tattoo Talk is going to be sponsored by my sponsor right here, the Dead Man at Dead Man Works Tattoos and Body Piercing. He's located in Chilliwack, British Columbia. His phone number's on the board there. anybody out there in the world who's looking to get a new skin doodle did, you get a hold of my skin wizard, Chris, out there at Dead Man Works, Tattoos and Body Piercing. There's a big charge in the world right now going on with bare knuckle fighting and bare knuckle boxing. There's promotions popping up. North America, we've got one here with the Canadian Bare Knuckle Boxing under the Fight Night Corporation. There's organizations down in the States. Are you a fan of watching bare knuckle boxing and bare knuckle fighting?
Yeah, I like watching it for sure. It's entertaining. Those guys are pretty crazy.
Yeah, they absolutely, hey. Is there any interest in you in taking in being a competitor in bare knuckle boxing?
Absolutely not.
No, you're not interested in the bare knuckle boxing. Now, what about if they went back to like the old school bare knuckle days when UFC first started and it was bare knuckle MMA?
Maybe that, but definitely not bare knuckle boxing. I'm not gonna stand there and just swing fists. No way.
There is talks. There is talks down in the States. There's companies that are trying to get bare knuckle MMA back up and running. So really? I'll definitely keep you in my book as a potential for bare knuckle MMA. And but who knows? We'll see how things go. You're definitely wanting to stay in the MMA field. You want to stay in that discipline.
Yeah, I want to get some wins back and go from there.
Absolutely, and I'm looking forward to that. I know that the next time we see Josh Mackenzie on a combat surface, we're going to see a very disciplined Josh Mackenzie who's coming out strong and coming out hard, and he's gunning for that victory. Am I correct with that?
Yeah, nothing but violence.
Absolutely, that's awesome to hear. Before we close out here, my friend, is there anybody you would like to give a shout out to? Any sponsors, training partners, coaches?
I thank my sponsors, Maritime Movers, Aspinall Movers, TJS Relocation, and my gym. My gym's the best gym around. I'm glad to be a part of it. Thank my coach, Luke Harris, and all my training partners.
Excellent, Josh. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you making some time in your very busy schedule to take a few moments out, come to the Fonz's office here and have a little chit chat with me. We get some information out to your fans. And I know that if they are anything like me, they are super excited to see you get back inside of that cage and put on a Josh Mackenzie performance.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, my brother, I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, no problem.
Perfect. We're gonna sign out here now from the Fonz's office. I am the super fan. He is Josh Mackenzie, and we are signing out from the Fonz's office.